for Motivational Monday. It is getting chilly outside, and the change of weather can get many people down in the dumps.
That's right. It's called SAD, or seasonal affective disorder. You may have heard of that. Now, Anna Faris with True North Counseling Center joins us live via video chat this morning to explain what it's all about. Good morning, Anna. How are you doing today?
Good morning. I'm good. How are you guys?
We are excellent. So can we talk a little bit about SAD, seasonal affective disorder, and when it really starts to set in for the season?
Yeah, so seasonal affective disorder is a syndrome that is characterized by recurring depression that happens at the same time every year. So it can occur during the spring and summer, but for most people who experience seasonal affective disorder, it occurs when we change seasons and move into the colder weather with shorter days and less sunlight.
So now is the time that we should most definitely be talking about this. What are some of the symptoms of seasonal affective disorder that many people should be looking out for?
Yeah, the symptoms of seasonal affective disorder overlap a lot with symptoms of like regular depression. So they include feeling sad or having a depressed mood, loss of interest in activities that were previously enjoyable, changes in your appetite or your sleep, feelings of hopelessness or worthlessness, or difficulty concentrating. But the key in identifying seasonal affective disorder versus just your regular depression is really being able to identify that annual pattern. So if you're noticing in particular that you're struggling with these symptoms each October, November, December, and you tend to do well the rest of the year, it may be worth talking to somebody about seasonal affective disorder and whether or not it might be something that you're struggling with.
And Anna, we're currently in such uncertain times due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Can you explain how that might have an effect on seasonal affective disorder?
Absolutely. Honestly, the ongoing pandemic has made struggles with depression even harder for a lot of people. And that's because isolation only increases those symptoms. So because we have decreased chances for social interaction, seasonal affective disorder could also be worsened just because, as we have already discussed, those symptoms overlap with those symptoms of depression. So it's really important for people who find themselves struggling with seasonal affective disorder or any type of depression for that matter to engage in other positive coping skills to decrease the severity of the symptoms. So whether that's increasing exercise, finding new ways to socialize with your friends, either on Zoom or keeping that 6-foot distance, or just making sure that you're taking care of your basic self-care and hygiene needs, getting your shower in every day, brushing your teeth, getting good amount of sleep, that kind of thing.
So you just touched on some of those things to help. Is this also managed with an antidepressant, or are there other things that we can do to manage seasonal affective disorder?
Yeah, the treatment options for a lot of people, many people do well managing it, talking to a therapist throughout those fall and winter months, keeping those regular coping skills. Others might need to work with their doctor or a psychiatrist and take antidepressants through those cold months, even though they're not needed in the spring and summer. And then some other less traditional means of treatment for seasonal affective disorder have to do with the fact that the pattern occurs when there's less light during the day. So people who choose those more non-traditional routes might talk with their doctor about increasing their vitamin D through the fall and winter, because we typically get that from sunlight and there's not as much sunlight during the fall and winter. Or they may purchase like a sunlight stimulating lamp just to get more brightness in their day-to-day lives when our houses are usually darker.
Just about how many people are affected by seasonal affective disorder? I know that, during this time of the year, we kind of talk about, oh, it's getting more gloomy outside. I'm starting to feel sad.
Yeah.
Can you tell us, like, how many people are directly impacted by this?
I do not have that number off the top of my head, but like you said, we're all kind of just like down in the dumps a little bit during the fall and winter because it's cold and our beds are nice and warm and we don't want to go to work because it's dark outside when we have to wake up. But when you're noticing that these struggles are really impacting, like, I don't want to get out of bed, but I can still do it, versus I cannot get out of bed today and I'm missing work and I'm struggling with keeping up with my friends and family and keeping up with those daily hygienic things, then that's the time that we really need to start talking to somebody about getting some help.
Good points here, Anna. Thank you so much for joining us.
Absolutely.
We appreciate your time.
Thanks for having me.
We'll stick around. More news and weather is coming up right after this. We'll be right back.